Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today we are going to be talking about Tropical Storm Isaias. Isaias. Don't know why I'm so happy right now, but I am. So this is as of the 8 a.m. EDT Monday, August stored advisory number 25A. The minimum sustained winds is 60 knots and or 70 miles per hour. The minimum central pressure is around 994 millibars, located at 30.2 north, 80.1 west, north at 11 knots and or 13 miles per hour. Also, go check out my live stream of Kiowa Island in South Carolina. So let's get right into it. So, key messages for Tropical Storm Isaias for advisory number 25, because they don't do key messages for advisory number 25A or any of the intermediate advisories. So, there is a danger of life-threatening storm surge inundation along portions of the immediate coastline and adjacent waterways of northeastern South Carolina and southern North Carolina. Life-threatening storm surge is possible along the North Carolina coast from Cape Fear to Duck. Residents in these areas should follow advice given by their local emergency officials. Like you guys should. But I don't choose you. But ECS passing well offshore the northeast Florida coast, forecasted to become a hurricane later today. So, it is about 100 miles east-southeast of Jacksonville, Florida, about 250 miles south-southeast of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Changes with this advisory? None. Summary of watches and warnings. A storm surge warning is in effect from Modesto Beach, South Carolina to Cape Fear, North Carolina. A storm surge watch is in effect for Cape Fear to Duck, North Carolina. Pamlico and Albemarle sounds. I can never know how to say that name. I'll try to say it next time battle. But a hurricane warning is in effect for South Santee River, South Carolina to Sulphur City, North Carolina. A tropical storm warning is in effect for Flagler-Volusia County line, Florida to South Santee River, South Carolina, north of Sulphur City, North Carolina to west of Watch Hill, Rhode Island, Chesapeake Bay, south of North Beach, tidal Potomac River, south of Cobb Island, Delaware Bay, Long Island, and Long Island Sound, Pamlico, and Albemarle Sounds. A tropical storm watch is in effect for Watch Hill, Rhode Island to Staunton, Maine, Martha's Vineyard, Nantucket, and Block Island. Okay, well, after this, we will see NWS Ed for the storm surge. But I'm going to tell you what storm surge warnings, storm surge watches, hurricane warnings, tropical storm watches, and tropical storm warnings are. So if you don't want to skip, there should be timestamps in the description of the video, in the pinned comment, and also that little slide bar that YouTube has. If you want to learn what all these are, if you don't, it's okay. But a storm surge warning means there is a danger of life-threatening inundation from rising water moving inland from the coastline during the next 36 hours in the indicated locations. For the depiction of areas at risk, please see the National Weather Service Storm Surge Watch Warning graphic at hurricanes.gov. This is a life-threatening situation. Portions located within the these areas should take all necessary actions to protect life and property from rising water and the potential of other dangerous conditions. Evacuation Promptly follow evacuation and other instructions from local officials. And um, talking about evacuations, the Outer Banks is having a mandatory evacuation. A storm surge watch means there is a possibility of life-threatening inundation from rising water moving inland from the coastline in the indicated locations during the next 48 hours. A hurricane warning means that hurricane conditions are expected somewhere within the warning area, in this case within 24 hours. Preparations to protect life and property should be rushed to completion. A tropical storm warning means that tropical storm conditions are expected somewhere within the warning area, generally within 36 hours. A, a tropical storm watch means that tropical storm conditions are possible within the watch area, generally within 48 hours. Okay, so now we are going to see storm surge, which I am going to be talking again. But mainly, we are going to be seeing the rainfall. That is probably the most bad thing, you could say, or the worst thing that we could see. So I am not going to be doing the Northwest Bahamas due to that they aren't really caring that much about the storm. But eastern Florida and coastal Georgia up to an additional 1 to 2 inches. Carolinas in the mid-Atlantic 3 to 6 inches. Isolated maximum totals 8 inches. Southeast New York and much of New England 2 to 4 inches. In isolated maximum totals 6 inches. The next complete advisory will be at 11 a.m. EDT. A few tornadoes will be possible over coastal South Carolina beginning this evening, spreading across eastern North Carolina into Tuesday morning. A couple of tornadoes will be possible on Tuesday from eastern Virginia northeastward into New England. So I'll be back whenever this. Okay, I won't be back because it already happened. Nice. That is nice to hear. So now we are going to go on over to the hazards. So any tropical storm warnings, any hurricane warnings, anything like that shebang. Also, is there any tornadoes? Is there any tornadoes at the moment? I clicked the wrong thing, but just wondering, because it should be loading up soon enough. Well, I'll be back whenever it loads. So, guess we'll never see the real track because it didn't want to work. But here is the tropical storm ECS track. It's actually forecasted to become a hurricane later today. And then we have hurricane warnings and then tropical storm watches, tropical storm warnings all along the coast. It's moving north at 13 miles per hour. Don't know if I've said that already. I probably have. So 1 to 3 feet from the Flagler Volusia County line to Edista Beach. From Edista Beach to South Santee River, we had 2 to 4 feet. From South Santee River to Cape Fear, we had 3 to 5 feet. From Cape Fear up to Cape Hatteras, we have 2 to 4 feet. There's a lot of capes. But with the Pamlico Sound Neuse and Pamlico Rivers, we had 2 to 4 feet. And then 1 to 3 from Cape Hatteras up to Cape May, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 from Albumy Albemarle. I can never say it, and I never will be able to. But Delaware Bay, Chesapeake Bay, and tidal Potomac Rivers, Albemarle Lee Sound. Sorry if I say it wrong, but can't really help it. Have an issue with alls, but this is the Weather Prediction Center. It's actually looking from 2 to 4 inches with possible totals, mainly looking in the Delmarva Peninsula. The Marva Peninsula, not the Delmarva. It's supposed to get isolated totals up to 6 to 10 inches. And of course, local totals could be higher. Maybe 10 to 15, but 10 to 15 is probably the max. So this is flash flooding. We have a 20% moderate risk, all the way down from, we could say, Charleston, all the way on up into Passaic, and into parts of New York. And then we have a 10% slight risk for Atlanta, Savannah. So we have Savannah, all of the Outer Banks, and up into the I-95 corridor. And also with the 20% moderate risk with the I-95 corridor. From Georgia all the way up into Maine. From Georgia all the way up into Maine, we have a 5% marginal risk. So the surface wind field for tropical storm Isaias is not really that big, but I bet you if we zoom in, it could be bigger. Okay, it's looking bigger. But we might have some winds, but we're definitely going to have a lot of gusts for Florida up into South Carolina. Let me just zoom out real quick. We already did that. What did I miss? Oh, let's actually do this one first. I understand. Okay. So we had tropical storm warnings and then tropical storm watches, as I already showed you. And then let's now do the most likely visible time for tropical storm force wind. From Monday 8 a.m. to Monday 8 p.m. we had Jacksonville. Well, from Monday 8 a.m. to Monday 8 p.m. we have Charleston, South Myrtle Beach, I could say, Savannah, Brunswick, Jacksonville. Monday 8 p.m. to Tuesday 2 a.m. we have Outer Banks, Fayetteville, Raleigh, Myrtle Beach. Tuesday 2 a.m. to Tuesday 8 a.m. we have Richmond, Baltimore. From Tuesday a.m. to Tuesday 8 p.m. we have mainly the majority of the population along the I-95 corridor. From Tuesday 8 p.m. to Wednesday 8 a.m. we have Portland, Caribou, New Hampshire, Vermont, and then from Wednesday 8 a.m. until around Wednesday 8 p.m. we have Canada. Now we are seeing the earliest reasonable time frame. So from Monday 8 a.m. to Monday 8 p.m. we had not Jacksonville. We have Savannah, Charleston, Myrtle Beach. From Monday 8 p.m. to Tuesday 8 a.m. we have DC, Dover, Delmarva Peninsula, Baltimore, Richmond, Outer Banks, Fayetteville, Raleigh. From Tuesday 8 a.m. to Tuesday 8 p.m. we have Long Island, Passaic, Rhode Island, Connecticut, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Vermont, New York, Pennsylvania. From Tuesday 8 p.m. to Wednesday 8 a.m. we have Maine and parts of Canada. From Wednesday 8 a.m. to probably around Thursday 2 a.m. we have from Wednesday 8 a.m. to Wednesday 2 p.m. we have Canada. So this is the track for the GEFS, which also is the GFS. Most of the models say definite landfall in South Carolina. If this storm stays out to sea more, as in it's going to wobble right a little bit and then make landfall at the same spot, it could strengthen a few up to a Cat 1, but it still is. So we see it's getting out of the world. It's getting out of US in about 48 to 72 hours, which is kind of fast in my opinion. So in about 24 hours, a lot of models are saying landfall. And then moving on up into around 48 models, they say around into New York, Passaic County. And then up to 72, we have into Canada. Let's actually not go to that one. Let's go to the model track guidance. For most of the models, they say 20. They say 24 hours. It'll be on the North Carolina, not North Carolina, Virginia bottle line. And then 48 hours, it'll be onto Maine and out of here already in 48 hours, which is probably the reasonable time frame, you could say. But we do have a few models reaching Cat 1, but all models are saying landfall in around 24 to 36 hours. So this is the latest recon that has gone out, that has finished. So as of 12:55 Z, so let me see what time that is in EST. So it was around 8:55 a.m. EST. So let's now see the IR satellite. As we see here, we have that little wrap in. We definitely have something maybe going on into this storm, but this general area is where we have the low pressure. Let's actually speed this up a few times. Let's see the true color further out. So we definitely see blow-ups and convection. It's looking like it might actually be okay, not creating an eye. But maybe in this general region, the low pressure is located in there. But here's the water. Yeah, it does look like some drier air is heading on into the storm, which might make it die down even further. So this is the GFS. They just say landfall immediately. What? They say nothing. Just landfall. No, most models are showing landfall in about 18 to 24 hours at this moment. And then and then possible landfall in the Delmarva Peninsula, southern New Jersey, and then possible landfall in Long Island and in Connecticut. So maybe around 3 to 4. Let's see the NAM 3-kilometer model. Because they're more hour to hour to hour. So they show at around 19, 18 hours from now, landfall, which probably is going to happen. Let's speed it up to 6. Why you ain't walking, man? Okay. And then 10 hours after that, it's supposed to go right through the Carolinas. But look at that rain, though. That rain is insane. I am not going to be doing the August 2020 forecast. And now let's go on over to the CMC model. Even though I really don't like this model. So the CMC just kind of hugs the coast. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Well, makes landfall in South Carolina and then kind of hugs the coast from there. Icon doing the same thing. I don't know if you hold that, but I hold like something was like hitting our house. Or like it sounded so weird. Okay. But why does nothing want to work for me today? Well, let's see this. Oh, why is everything loading? No. Okay. So this is the SPC outlook. Let me zoom out too. So this is the SPC outlook. And so we have slight risks for Virginia down to South Carolina, and then we have a marginal risk for South Carolina up into New York, and then back down into New Atlanta. So this is the HMON if it wants to work for me. Thank you. Come again. So the H1 is showing landfall in North Carolina, but most of the models are showing landfall in South Carolina. Don't think it really matter that much. But that humidity for the storm is really good. Whenever it gets closer up towards the land, so that might actually help it strengthen right before it makes landfall, but the wind shear wouldn't help. It might actually be somewhat maybe like a Bertha 2.0, but probably still unlikely. I just need to so this is the wind threat from, what city is this down here? What city is down here? Kiowa Island. All the way up. This is lagging so bad. Up into Hartford. Hartford. And then we have from potential wind from 39 to 57. And these are sustained winds all the way down from around Flagler, Volusia County up into Maine, Montpelier. And then wind last is around from, what city is it at? Melbourne up into and then kind of going parallel with the sea. So this is the storm surge threat. even though it's storm surge, but thank you. Of course, there's going to be a little to no storm surge in the in inland, but let's just see the flooding rain threat. So most of the flooding rain is looking like it might actually be North Carolina, the North Carolina Virginia border, and up into around New York City. And then we have potential for moderate flooding rain from Savannah up into Maine. Potential for localized flooding rain we have from Jacksonville up to Charlotte, Outer Banks, portions of Virginia, West Virginia, Providence, Boston, and up into Maine. And then let's see the tornado threat real quick. And then we'll see the SPC once again. But potential for several tornadoes is for the east coast of South Carolina, up Norfolk, Outer Banks, Fayetteville. Potential for a few tornadoes is from around Savannah up into New York, Providence, and then tornadoes are not expected from Melbourne all the way up into Maine. So let's see this real quick. Let's actually kind of inch our way out. So the categorical, okay, everything's lagging for us. The categorical, the slight risk is for 2 million people for Wilmington, Greenville, Jacksonville, Rocky Mount, and Wilson. Marginal risk is for New York, Philadelphia, Baltimore, Denver, and Washington, D.C., and that is for around 58 million people also. So we have a 5% tornado risk for Wilmington, Greenville, Jacksonville, Rocky Mount, and Wilson. And then we have a 2% for Virginia Beach, Raleigh, Norfolk, Chesapeake, and Richmond. And all of that combined is around 8.5 million people. The wind threat is for 61 million people for New York, Philadelphia, Baltimore, Denver, and D.C. And then the hail threat, which isn't for us, but I'll just talk about it real quick, is for 5 million people for Denver, Colorado Springs, Aurora, Lakewood, and Fort Collins. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this little video. Well, I don't think it's a little, but I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to go down below make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.